Hey, good morning again. Look at my beautiful little owl still on my arm. He's so beautiful. I'm not depressed. I'm still upset and hurt, and I'm freaking out right now because I'm like, how am I gonna pay my phone? Like, I know I can eventually, but without it shutting off first, you know. And it's not just the phone. I gotta take the computer out too, and I need things as well. But it's like, who the fuck wants to just pay everything that is responsibilities? Not have nothing for yourself extra that you need. Like her stealing my fucking jewelry, bro. I can't get over that shit. Like, really, on top of everything else, you had to keep my cheap ass jewelry that meant something to me that I can't replace because I can get it brand new, but it's not the same. She wants to turn it on me. She wants to just fucking. I don't like crying on camera, but fuck it, it's true. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I cleaned the fucking house as much as I could. It wasn't my job. The kids messed it up as soon as you clean it. She was neglecting everything, including the rent, including the electricity, including her car payment, including her insurance, and me, and treating me like a total fucking, like, total crap. I should have left a long time ago. So I was really sorry for her stupid ass. But you know what? Going through this with her really, really, really made me cold. Like, it really, really showed me how to be stronger and how to be less weak to people. You know, because she's my sister and my brother's dead. And I said it before out of anger, but it's like the wrong fucking sibling died, and it's kind of true because my brother would never have done that to me, not in a million fucking years. He admired me, he respected me, he loved me. Not her. She thinks she's better than everybody. She acts like she's better than everybody, just like when she met the plug. You know. Don't let me stop saying that. Her fucking boyfriend, her another drug dealer boyfriend. She didn't learn with the first one. Yeah, I never dated or drug dealer. I take it back. No, never. Trick maybe or whatever, but not date. I got standards. And my baby's daddy, at least he fucking busted his ass working in a bakery 12 hours a day because he wasn't lazy and he wasn't a drug addict either. He'd do a little teeny tiny like bottle of rum and get all stupid, and I'm looking at him like an idiot. Like, really? You're not feeling shit. He was really responsible and would bust his ass. He just happened to sell drugs on the side. He got in trouble because yeah, he wasn't perfect, but I didn't say anybody was. But the point is, you're fucking doing great on your own. $40,000 a year job, pharmacy tech, and you throw it all away for crystal meth, mushrooms, and some good dick. But I love him. I'm in love. Never felt this way. Give a fuck. I'm here suffering, getting big as a whale. In your crib because I can't go nowhere. We're supposed to ride bikes together. We're supposed to do this together, that, and the other. I went to fucking Dollar Tree. I went to, Crab Shack. I went to some barbecue place that sucked and charged us too much money. And if it was me, I would have been like, can you please take this back? Because not one thing on this plate tastes good to me. It all had weird flavors and shit, And they had no ribs. I would have not even stayed. I was like, no ribs. Okay, next. Where else can we go? Even though it was a kind of a big family gathering thing for my niece that won't even talk to me anymore, barely. She seems to forget all the good I did for her too. Such a screwed up family, you know. And somebody said something about their family or whatever. I'm like, not anymore. Oh, Alex, dumbass. He's going to talk. He can't even go to his fucking mother's house because he doesn't want to because his stepfather he can't. His stepfather wants to pay $300 a month. I've been there. She teaches him like a little fucking baby, and he's 51, 52, and he'll eat like a fucking pig and free range in the house like he owns it. When the stepfather is old and getting older, and his mother's getting older, and they haven't been here from Cuba very long, and he's got a Down syndrome uncle that tried to kiss me and pushed me the fuck out. He's sweet and cool, but what the fuck, man? And I hope he got laid finally. I know they took him to a strip club for one of his birthdays. That probably did not go well. I can't even imagine him in a strip club, probably humping everything. Or whatever, poor thing, poor guy. And of course he's gonna want you to pay $300 in rent, and of course he's gonna come for his fucking cell phone. And they're fighting because he didn't give him his cell phone. So fucking stupid. And he makes money, bro. He can make money, you know? He was telling me just the other day for watching a fucking truck, just watching it, so nobody breaks in. He gets $100 every month. And he does like different things here and there, but then he wants to like get mad because I'm telling him my problems and I'm upset, which I usually do, and he doesn't never had a problem with it before. And it's probably because he knows he's a loser and can't help me. And then he's like, "Don't you think I got problems? No, I don't pay no attention to these people." And yeah, because you're smoking it. You're smoking your freaking problems. I'm not. I'm dealing with them. And he wants to say that I could put the address over there and go back over there like I thought about. Yeah, I really want to live in a tent. I want to go back to the streets after living in a trailer, which was bad enough. In Somerville, South Carolina, with no transportation, barely no money, and some bitch thinking she's rich, my sister, that lied to me to get me there in the first place. It was on Crystal all along. Then I become friends with her best friend. That she's pushing everybody on me. When I say like I like my space and I don't really like people and I don't want to socialize, you know, she's pushing everybody on me and shit. And I'm stuck with all these fucking kids that aren't mine taking care of them, not just my nephews. I wrote about all this and posted it, but I didn't write everything. And yeah, I made jokes. I was smoking pot then. I had some free pot that sucked. It wasn't even good. The Rio Greenhouse, I don't recommend it. And like I said before, she was putting, and I got pissed off about it because that's what she is. She's slimy, sneaky, greedy, gross. She steals from every job, and she fucking lies. Of course, she lost a pharmacy tech job. She was not doing the job right. She was going to sleep on the job. She was doing all this shit that wasn't right. Of course, they stopped praising her. Oh, I don't know why. They just praised me. They gave me a raise, and then they want to threaten to fire me. Whatever, man. And they're the Twilight Zone. Somerville's the Twilight. No, you're the Twilight Zone, bitch. Not Somerville, South Carolina. We had neighbors, Mexican neighbors, that they had a nice ass crib. We had these black neighbors that the guy, they talk shit about him too. And because he's the neighborhood spy, you know, for the landlord. And kind of creepy, but whatever. And she gives him fucking Hitler, the little cat. And next you know what, Hitler's escaping to our place to eat. And then he's taking off and going all over the town, which poor little Hitler had fun. And I was like, yeah, I tell her all the time, you don't want the fucking cats around, throw them in a goddamn lake. And fuck everybody that can't afford a vet, stick them outside and let them have fun, you know, like, let them be cats. We'll make them outdoor cats. Nothing I say is right, everything I say is wrong. Like, God forbid I want to have dinner at the fucking table together, or dinner's at a certain time, not all over the time. Like, breakfast isn't at fucking midnight when the kid doesn't eat all goddamn day, demanding French toast. That was, oh my God, that was towards the end, but that wasn't the only time. And no matter what I said, no matter what rules I put, because she was saying like, oh, you know, when you're watching the kids, it's all on you. You're like, yeah, I got your back, I got your back. I never had my back. Very rarely. Only like what, to punish Harold and not Jaden. And get mad at me when I call her about things that has to do with her own children and her own responsibilities and her own house. No, wait, nasty ass fucking trailer that she's renting. They're destroying it too. She's not gonna get much of the deposit back, and she wanna blame me. Everything she has in that house, everything she bought in that fucking trailer, is like waste of money and just piled up crap that she's gonna resell. She doesn't really even understand economics or how to benefit from. You're supposed to flip it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to like, and back to the weed though. She was doing pre rolls and it was supposed to be just weed. You know that the THCA fucking approved weed to be legal in fucking South Carolina. You know, it has to have like 3% THCA or some stupid shit. You know, and oh, but when you burn it, it's the same. Come on, man. So she freaking is usually doing pre rolls, and they kept using me too, like everything promote the business. I'm gonna be the poster shot of their fucking um uh her nonprofit that was supposed to be between me and her, and it was totally different when we talked about it. And she still was mean to me and not didn't want to hang out with me when she wasn't involved with a guy. It got 10 a million times worse when she did. And at least back then, she would, like in the beginning, she would give me money to take care of her children because it requires money to feed stupid ass Jaden. And of course, they're fucking expensive and spoiled. They don't want to eat within the fucking house. They don't want to do what they're supposed to do. You know, I got through to Harold at some degree. I hope. I felt like I did, but Jaden, 10 years old, still doesn't eat a vegetable and can't wipe his ass. I want to keep saying that. What the fuck? He's still asking you to wipe his ass and tripping on the bathroom and it's not clean enough. Clean the fucking toilet. We all share it. I gotta sit in your piss and I gotta fucking clean your shit. I wiped Harold's ass. And he was 7. That's I don't mind. And I did everything. Waking up early because I'm up anyways, or getting up at 3, so waiting till 6 so they get to school on time, or 5:30 actually. You know, so they catch the bus. You know, all this shit. She's catering to Jaden, taking him to school. Harold likes taking the bus. Then of course, little by little, everything starts changing because she's on meth and has a boyfriend. And mushrooms too. High as fuck on mushrooms, and I'm like, my God, man, I hate this bitch. But I have to put on a pretty polite face, you know, because I'm in her house, and she's taking all my money, and I never got to save any. But when I got there, she had a $40,000 a year job, and she's telling me I could save my money, and I know her already. She's a greedy bitch like my mother was, and I told her, no, I'm not going to like not pay you nothing. I'm not like that. You know, I remember how I was raised. I don't know where the fuck you were. I thought you were in the same place I was, but I remember how I was raised. I think she lived with my mother too long. I don't know what else to say about that because her and my mother were like two peas in a pod. Alcoholics, the alcoholic club, you know, the bad mother alcoholic club. Me and my dad are so different. It's not funny. And me and my grandma and my grandfather and everything, everybody instilled some morals and values and ethics in me. I don't forget that shit. And so I'm supposed to adopt fucking her boyfriend and his trashy ass friends, you know, and her disgusting lifestyle. When what does she do? She come to the crack shack that I lived in that she hated so fucking much that everybody kind of like was all happy with her, and she embarrassed the fuck out of me in front of them, not having my back, and wants to judge them and shit when she's never been really poor. She's never been on the streets. She's never been homeless. You know? Now, I'm so disgusted because she even did chatterbait, bro. She's in a bedroom getting pissed off at me because she's masturbating too much. She wondered why she fucked up her vagina. Yeah. They fucking wanted to see because she kept being super itchy. And it wasn't when they did like, they checked or whatever, there's nothing wrong. Like no STD, nothing. It may be a dermatology thing. And then they said they needed something about something that they needed to. I keep saying lobotomy or lobotomized her pussy or whatever the fuck. I don't know. All I know is it was supposed to be a microscopic piece of her vagina. And she even showed it to me because I told her, I'm your sister, man. I can see it. Because she was complaining because she was in pain and she's bleeding too much. Like the wounds weren't closing. They didn't even know stitches. And she had like 2 almost dime-sized holes on each side. And that's fucked up. I say malpractice suit. You know? The fuck did you do to my pussy, bitch? So, then they want to do it in the inside. I said, don't do it. Don't trust that doctor, They're going to take a little piece from the inside now, too? And she admitted that when she was on the table, coherent, but they did she said she screamed with the second shot. I would have screamed with all the shots down there. I wouldn't have done it, to be quite honest. I would have been, you're batshit crazy, I'm going back to Miami. But, so she freaking is like, I said, don't do it, man, because next thing you know, you're going to have a hysterectomy. And she freaking, I was like, get a different doctor. The reason she trusted him is because he delivered heroin. And she's on the table, and the nurse is handing him something, and he said something, and sure, like, I didn't mean to do it. He didn't mean to do what? I would have instantly been like, what did you not mean to do, While he's, like, doing something down there, And she ends up going back, it's all this bullshit, she's bleeding and for me, and I'm at the point where I'm like, you're a dumbass. If you weren't masturbating so fucking much, maybe it wouldn't be a problem. If you weren't fucking, like, ignoring on fucking high on crystal meth and mushrooms, maybe your pussy would be alright. Maybe you wouldn't have a rash all over your fucking body that they can't figure out. Itching, bitching, because she's got to do Instacart. Oh my God, boo-hoo, you got to work? You got to pay your bills? And take my money and not pay anything with it? But, I don't know, put up your nose? Buy your boyfriend shit? Give your boyfriend $5,000, but you can't give Tyson, your baby's daddy, nothing? And she's stealing from him in his job. He worked at the flea market. She's supposed to be helping him because she wants to put her shit there, and then she's stealing from him. Take the Gucci purse, shove it up your ass. Wasn't even real Gucci. And it was ugly. Like, oh my fucking God, the skeletons people have, the way that they present an image and then behind closed doors is something that they're not. And it's craziness too, because we had all these plans and she sold me good, man. And the day that she tells me she's on that shit, I guess she couldn't wait for me to leave her room to do it. She didn't tell me because she wanted to tell me. And then she pulls out a fucking meth pipe. And I'm fucking only like 4 months clean off of crack. And she pulls a meth pipe out in front of me and plays around like she's going to smoke meth, but she doesn't smoke it, she snorts it. And then one day too, and she's like, I'm so sorry, but it'll never happen again. That was like when I still saw my sister in her, And it was because she allowed this skank to come over and take a shower. And I was pissed because she used too much of my Pantene. And I'm pretty sure. And I was pissed off at all. She let her come over to take a shower. She was a heroin addict. That the guy is taking care of her son that's not even his. The guy, another loser that was there overnight. Of course your boyfriend's not going to like it, whether you guys are just friends or not. You met him through him as his best friend. But, of course, she wants to do mushrooms all night with the guy. And God knows what else. I'm sure she was doing the crystal. And, because that's like, she's always doing the crystal. And then she was like, and then she would tell me, you think I'm this big junkie? No, I know you are. I don't think, I know you are. And I got to hang out with them. And, of course, she's really nasty to me. Because I'm telling her how it is. And we're, like, telling her, like, the truth, like, of what she's doing wrong and getting into. And I'm her sister, so I'm not going to lie, about how I feel about it. But all she cares about is the fact that she's on mushrooms. And I took some mushrooms, and it didn't do shit to me. A little bit, very little. I'm like, I didn't even want to do it, but I wanted to be part of, like, something. I wanted to have some fun. I didn't jump on the crystal meth bandwagon, though. I'm not that dumb. I've done acid a million times. It doesn't do shit to me. But that was a long time ago. And I'm not into mushrooms. I tried the chocolate bar infused with mushrooms. It fucking didn't do shit to me either. Like, I don't know what's wrong with these people. But I just couldn't believe it when she put out the crystal meth pipe in front of me. And it was like, I just killed my soul to see that. and to know how bad she was. And she wants to blame everybody else, and she blames her best friend for giving it to her in the first place. Bro, she told you she had drugs, and you asked her what it was, and you joined the party. And you're how old? And it's not like you're not an addict and an alcoholic already, which was part of the reason why you left Miami. She used to go and sneak in, or I say sneak because my mom knew everything about it, because she was like that with me, but maybe not her. She was like, not like a fucking, she was different with my sister and brother. Um, my sister had there was a couple that lived in an apartment complex that the guy liked to do coke, and he wanted her to like join in the part, like threesome shit, whatever. And there was like our dealer, she found him, or it wasn't our dealer, it was her dealer. So I popped pot from him a couple of times, but when I was in Miami, I didn't like his pot. He was too expensive. He's an asshole. He was this fat, annoying, super cool DJ. He was ugly too, but and I like ugly on the inside and the outside. Like a lot of times, the prettier they are on the inside, the prettier on the outside. So, freaking, she found him dead because he wasn't taking care of his diabetes, and then she's crying about it. And then, but I talk with my people, and nobody fucking cares. But I have people dying too. I have friends dying too. And like the whole stigma attached to crack. Like crystal meth's any better. And cocaine is just cocaine, pretty much. Like hello. And she freaking was really bad on the cocaine. She's always been really bad on cocaine. She's bad at everything she does. She does it all to the extreme, but I'm a functioning addict. Alcoholic bitch. She's so mean and nasty. Like when I was grieving my husband leaving me, and I'm sitting on the couch at my dad's house, and she's next to me, and I said something to her about her baby's daddy or whatever, because she was talking like I don't know what she was saying, but she was drinking wine. She looked at me with a disgusting face and was some shit like he's not Lazaro, and just made a comment about my husband, leaving me or whatever fuck, like a cold ass bitch comment, and that shit really made me upset, and we got in a fight over that for a while, She's really nasty. She's a nasty drunk. She's nasty. Like, and now that she's on the crystal, it's like she's 24/7, like if she was an alcoholic, like if she was drinking and just being selfish, self-centered, and inconsiderate and mean and nasty. That's how she is all the time. Like with me at least. And I think maybe it has a lot to do with too, like since she thinks I'm such trash, but I'm taking better care of her home and her kids than she is, and help keeping it together 15 months. Jealous much? And I love my body, and I'm big, and you're 100 pounds thinner than me, and think your stomach is too ugly. You had 3 fucking kids, bro. Well, sooner or later you're gonna have stretch marks. Sooner or later you're gonna have a pooch. Because in the beginning, she put like lather up in oil and shit, and she was able to do all that. I had to work, and I had a bitch for a mother that wouldn't let me breathe. She was able to live in the house. She was able to get my mom's car. She was able to get the $150,000 inheritance that didn't do shit for her because she wasted it and was too in a hurry to get it. And she had good intentions, I believe, but my dad says she's never been good with money. I don't believe that, but because I remember when she was good with money, and I remember when she was much better than this. And I don't think I'll ever feel love for her again or trust her again. And it's just really sad, It's really fucking sad. And she wants to say that she's grieving my mother. I don't believe her because her actions don't say that. And she even brings up how much she hated her, just like me. So which one is it? You think I'm not grieving even though the bitch was terrible to me? Yeah, I don't miss her. Because I missed her a long time ago. I missed her my whole life. But it's kind of sad how she went, and it's kind of sad that we never got to like be mother-daughter, and for my family, the members that lost her, the people that did love her, that she was good to, and my dad seems to not. I don't think he's handling it well because he brings her up all the time. You know, I don't think my dad ever really got over her completely, but he's like over her, but like not in love with her. But she gave him 3 kids, and he was crazy about my mother, and that's another reason why I hate that bitch because she was bad to my dad, and she's an example of the kind of woman that makes a guy cheat and not uh do the right thing, but he still did the right thing by us, and now it's a whole other story. Now I guess he just gave up being a father. He's like the bare minimum, but not even close, for me at least. So all this shit I have to deal with, and I'm still not fucking high. Give me a fucking medal, bitch. Give me my money you promised me, you damn whore. She want to text me like some crazy shit. I got to write it down so I could read it. I want to read the ridiculousness, of these text messages. When I went over there for help, I went for help. I trusted her. She promised to help me and didn't. Instead, she helped everybody else and used me, neglected me, verbally abused me. And the kids see all this. No wonder they were treating me the same damn way. And I kept saying that, you know? And now I'm thinking, what am I going to do about paying my bills? I'm going to have to go and sell myself again. But I don't want to do that. And I'm holding on to hope that it won't happen to anything stupid. Besides maybe swallow my pride and panhandle again. I had my Amtrak ticket. I had my foot down and ready to go. And I had the strength to leave. And I had my friend was going to help me escape. And she's the one who brought me my luggage in the hospital, not my sister. I wanted to run away so many times. But then I just thought about how she would feel coming home and me gone. And the kids as well. Little Harold, I thought you said you loved me and you weren't going to go. You said you wouldn't go because you love me. That you would stay because you love me. And then I'm like, oh, God damn it. And I have to tell them I can't. And sometimes, things happen with adults. And I'm trying to do better. And I might have to leave just to do better. And I can't do better here because I have no transportation and no money. Saying, I'm down on this level, hugging him and shit. And telling him I love you so much. I don't want to leave. It's going to kill me. But I need to do better so that I can give you, V-Bucks and whatever, Christmas gifts and whatever you need. And for me, I want to have a life too. And I even asked him to help me get skinny because he's always calling me fat. It's like, well, you're going to help me lose weight then? Let's go run around outside or whatever, And he was my little buddy. And now I'm blocked from his phone and he doesn't even know how to block. But I spoke to Jaden. I didn't spoke to him, I spoke at him, through the phone of my friend so that he couldn't, throw the phone or hang up or anything. And he didn't say anything, but he listened. He's a good kid, but he's a brat. He's a spoiled brat. And all me and my friend that was her friend first that she screwed over, we both were doing, all we were doing is doing the best we could to raise her children and my sisters and deal with the neighborhood children driving us crazy and beating up on Harold and Harold getting in trouble for everything and trying to make ends meet and struggling, We're in a trailer park for a reason. Do people say like, oh, I want to live in a trailer for the rest of my life? Oh, I look forward to living in a trailer, buying a trailer, renting a shitty trailer. I don't think so. And hers is owned though. Like the husband bought it. They don't pay rent. They pay lot rent, but they don't pay. From what I hear, it's just like lot rent or whatever. And like I guess the utilities, but they own the trailer. And the landlord's a bitch to my friend because my friend doesn't take no shit. And her past history with substances or whatever. And but she always like when she was my smoking buddy, she'd come over and we spark her up and we both vent to each other, whatever the fuck, make jokes, whatever we gotta do. 10, 15 minutes later, she's out the door. I'm taking care of the children, doing what I gotta do, taking care of the house, doing the dishes, cooking, meal planning, ordering something for the kids, just everything that revolved around fucking everybody but me. Like I was last. And she come to rescue me when I'm writing crazy shit on Facebook because the neighbor's kids were driving me batshit crazy and my sister wasn't stepping in. I need to like print out all my text messages from fucking South Carolina and read them to you guys. It's fucking craziness. Like I deleted that bitch, but Caitlyn, I don't fucking remember her name. Some trashy white girl that she was on Baby Daddy number 4, and he's another loser. That's the one that knocked at the door to take a shower to go see some bitch at 1:46 in the morning with my little Harold on the couch. Better believe I'm gonna jump and be fucking pissed. He's on drugs hardcore and he sells them and he can't even afford water. He's got a beautiful little girl. And every time we talk, I just look at him and say, when he comes over with some stupid shit, some dumb just drama, I was just screwing all these black guys getting drunk, man. She's such a whore. Oh, but she came over, she sucked my dick, so I told the boyfriend, oh, I wouldn't kiss her. He's like 23 and it's like, I don't have time for your bullshit. Get out of my face. And oh, why you gotta be so mean? Oh, and how is he a loser? And I was like, oh my God. Back to the fucking heroin bitch. So she's over there and she's not friendly and they're like all hiding in my sister's room, And they were supposed to be there just to take a shower all fucking day. I have no privacy. I was sleeping in the living room behind the couch, right in front of the fucking door. It's not big, it's a trailer. And, they're long and narrow. So she's like, it's good for one person, maybe with some small children for a little while, a couple that I think they actually were maybe a little bit better as a family unit, even the fucking, crazy trashy neighbors, because I seen pictures and I seen their behaviors with the children when they weren't pawning them off on me, And my sister didn't do none of that shit. Just because Tyson's out of the picture, he's not there. So you don't have a male there, so you can't do all the stuff that you're supposed to do proper with your children. As a family, instead of just by everybody. I told her that just like my friend told her that, and she got mad, but it's the fucking truth. She was trying to buy me in the beginning, and I kept telling her, bro, I don't want your money. I don't want anything. I don't need anything. Save it. Or I suggest something better that she needed to use it for. No, not a million scratch-off tickets. And clothes you don't need. And shoes you don't need. And items for your fucking thrift store that you're going to open that you're never going to open. Or you might. And he gives me the fucking... I deleted that from my phone too, I'm pretty sure. He wanted me to read it. I was like, I'm not reading you guys' plan for your thrift store. I'm out. Everything changed once he got involved. I was going to be their little slave, I guess. Like, oh, I can have any position I want. And I don't even want to think about how much he was going to pay me. Like, I want a family business after the family business that my family had, and I didn't even inherit my part. on Thanksgiving that I go there. That one time I talked about in a previous video where she's getting too fucking stoned and drunk, and my sister's doing her stank in the bathroom. And I finally find out when I'm gonna leave that she's high on coke. Please don't tell mom. Got in trouble for that one too because I told. I was flipping out in the hospital. I ended up in the hospital because of it. I was so upset. And it was the worst. It was a really bad Thanksgiving for me. Like, I should have never went. I didn't even get to see my kid for 2 seconds. And I started crying, like tears in my eyes. And I got emotional. And because he comes out of his room, she lured him out to get food. So he has to go from his room through the kitchen door to go in the kitchen. And I was in the living room watching fucking Queer Eye for the Straight Guy or some shit like that I didn't want to watch. Because it has to be my mom and nobody understands me. You're so judgmental. And this and that, you're homophobic. No, I'm not. And I didn't want to watch that shit. I don't like it. I don't like a bunch of flaming people. It was depressing too. Like, it was a good one, but still, I didn't want to watch it. I never watched that show. And she wanted me to spend time with her. It was all about her. Not the children, not family, just my mother. And that's how she always was. And you just seen the face she gave me when I acted this way. Like, I haven't seen my kid in like how long? Fucking years. Haven't held him or touched him because it's her fault, not mine. And I'm allowed there, and he's just so close, but I can't knock on his door. I can't say, I love you, I'm sorry. Nothing. And he comes out of the room, looks at me, tilts his head and goes, hey, or hi, you know? He wasn't mean. And kind of a smirk, you know? And I was like, it was like, hey, what's up kind of shit, you know? And I looked at him and I was like, you know, hi. And I got emotional and I was like, this is the whole reason I came. For 2 seconds, it was, you know? And then she wants to look at me all angry and start to snap at me. So I like sucked it back up and I was like, you know, said something and covered my ass, you know. Luckily she was drunk and stoned enough, I guess. You know, of course she has to make a comment on my teeth. And then I don't think I was missing both of them at the time. And, you know, I was smoking a Marlboro, but I got away from her because she doesn't like cigarettes and nobody likes cigarettes, you know, just weed. And the 2 fucking bottles of wine weren't good enough, you know. My sister said she'd probably drink them, of course. You know, a million fucking Heinekens. I hate Heinekens, it's disgusting. Every time I look at beer, like most beer, I just think of my mother and I'm like, ugh, you know. Except for that fucking nice cold Miller High Life that I think it was Miller, but I think it was High Life. My dad likes genuine draft. But all I know is that it tasted so good. I hadn't had a taste of beer in like ages because I don't drink. And Alex had it and I was like jacking it for a couple sips because he was like, like jonesing, I guess, and coming down and he needs his fucking beer. But he'll be like, he hadn't smoked for like ever and he's still drinking a bunch of beer, you know. That's why I don't think I'm going to even do Thanksgiving. I'm not feeling very much into the holidays. Christmas, yes, I'm looking forward to. Thanksgiving, not. How could I? This is like a really bad month. You know, we're going to have Cuban food for Thanksgiving. That's great and wonderful, and I miss Cuban food, but I want turkey and ham and stuffing. I've been craving stuffing. I had it already, via banquet style because I couldn't afford to get it. I was just tired of cooking for ungrateful bitches in the house and wasting my money. I haven't made a turkey on my own ever. I've baked a chicken and it's one of my specialties, but I've never made a turkey. And this guy here tells me all you gotta do is stick an onion in it. Yeah, I've heard that before, but I think there's a little more to it. And her sweet potatoes suck. They're so fattening, it's not funny. Her recipe, you wanna know what the recipe is? You chop up this fucking sweet potatoes in circles. Fuck you, I'm cooking it and you tell me how to chop the goddamn sweet potatoes. We're boiling it anyways. We're not putting it in a fucking pan. So, there's another thing too. She want to tell me how to cook shit. Like, I would do like I remember when I cooked like for me. Only she's done that. From now on, you can just cook for you and being a snotty bitch, you know, because she'd rather just heat up some taquitos in the fucking air fryer for the kids, or I don't know, chicken nuggets. So So the sweet potatoes, you put them in the boiling water, and you boil them or whatever, and then you add like a whole bottle of pancake syrup and some nutmeg. That is gross. That's the recipe. And some cinnamon, I think. Yeah, cinnamon. I do not make it that way. And I didn't get to make it my way because I hadn't made it like at ages. So I don't even know like if I make them right. I don't know if I ever was able to make them right. I had the time to make sweet potatoes in the fucking oven. And I just was like, and I make a comment about it, and she said it was like the grandmother's recipe and all, but I'm pretty sure that it might be a little bit different, the grandmother. Either way, it's gross and I don't like it. No wonder I'm this big, you know? And I would tell her all the time, like, I don't know if anybody saw like when I was making the video and I snapped at her over the chicken nuggets and fries. And I'm so ungrateful because I didn't eat it. Do you know how many times I bought her food and cooked her food and I paid for the groceries and whatnot and she was going to eat it but didn't eat it? Even asked me for it and still didn't eat it? How many times I bought her fucking colossal hot dogs that are fucking $13 and I could buy fucking dollar hot dogs instead? Or Ballpark on sale or something? But it has to be Nathan's colossal hot dogs. Are you fucking shitting me? And so she's mad at me because I don't want to eat the fucking chicken. I wanted a cheeseburger at least. I wanted a burger. If I'm going to put any calories into my body, then it's going to be what I want. And that's what initially she was going to get. Like, don't fucking say that it's okay to get McDonald's when you only have $17. She was guilty because she was eating McDonald's in the car. And we're like at home, running out of groceries, cooking and shit, you know, and not having like the luxury of McDonald's or whatever. Which is fucking stupid. If you told me you had $17, I wouldn't have accepted it. And I even asked her, "You sure?" So then she wants to force fucking chicken nuggets down my throat and fries. I don't even eat fries. Not McDonald's fries. I mean, occasionally I might eat a fry, but when I always waste them or give them away. And I started cutting back on that shit. Like, I got a burger from Culver's. And oh my God, Culver's is so good. But they are like, the closest one is, Cooper City. My friend said that's Broward. All I know is that it's $9 delivery on Instacart. And I actually might do it for myself. If I can spend all this money on other people, I guess I could do it for myself, right? Because they're really good. But I ordered one time just a burger because that's all I wanted. It was like $11 for the fucking burger with all the fees and everything, but I didn't give a fuck. It's my money, right? And I always order food for every time I did takeout. I feel guilty as fuck if I couldn't afford it. And I have to wait till like they're all asleep so I can sneak. It's craziness, I tell you. But nothing I said or did was good enough. And we make all these plans. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, she kept lying to the kids and hurting them. And like, I find out now she's leaving them alone and my friends got to go over there, even though they're not even friends no more. And she does it because she's got a big heart and she cares about the kids. We were doing it for the kids, putting up with my sister's shit for the kids. My sister should be in a fucking treatment center. Residential treatment center. She's never been in a residential. And she buys the fake pee and takes the tea. Like when back in the day when I was trying to fight for my son being abused by my mother and shit, physically, you know, like, well, verbally and physically, and just all the bullshit. They were getting high and drunk all the time, and they go and take the tea, pass the test, and ha 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 ha. Try again, Vanessa. We know it was you. And all of a sudden, I'm good enough to raise your kids, but I can't raise my own? I don't think so, bitch. Unfucking believable. And my uncle shows up, really, Vanessa, in front of the property when I would call the cops on her. She left me no choice. I couldn't beat her ass. She was psycho. She would have won. I was going to kill my mother, but she would have killed me. She almost did several times. time I had a knife behind my back when I was young in the kitchen on the phone talking to I don't know who what I was talking to, and she came in psycho crazy, and I was prepared because she was already could hear her before she came, so I grabbed a knife and put it behind my back. And then she wants to see what's behind my back and gets all the victim. You were gonna stab your own mother. I'm tired of you beating me, bitch. I didn't even do anything. Am I what too loud on the phone? Or what about like yeah, I was in the rocking chair. And I could be very sarcastic. I told my dad there's like not much respect in our family. Like we were taught respect, but it wasn't exactly um placed into action. However, it's kind of hard to respect your parents when they're like fucked up in the head. And my grandparents I respected, and everybody else, but and I tried to, but it's really hard. And with her especially, and so whatever. I had got. I'll tell this story again because this story pisses me the fuck off. I was going into high school. It was summer, and I met a guy. I was sitting because I basically always watch the kids, even when I like we go to the park. They wouldn't want to hang out with me, do anything fun because oh you're gonna just go tell mom like they didn't even look at me like a sister, you know. And I didn't always go tell mom, you know, anything really. And a lot of times I was just quiet, minding my own business because I wasn't into sports because I was feminine, and they'd make fun of me. So I'm at the park, which is the only fucking place I could go 2 blocks from the house. Can't go out with my friends to movies, none of the normal shit, none of the shit I wanted to do. No mall, no none of that. Until of course I start working and making the money, or I get to go like I don't know. It was crazy, and uh, so whatever. I'm stuck at the park, and my sister and brother are having a ball because my sister's a tomboy, and they always got along really well with that shit because my brother was really good in sports too. So I'm on the. They had these like monkey bars or whatever, and I was sitting on the like the part that you climb up on before you go to the rings, you know. And I'm sitting there and just chilling, you know. I was actually really depressed, and I was thinking about school actually, and this. I'm pretty sure I was thinking about school. That's what I was always thinking about was school. I was good at school. I took school seriously, and I was excited to go to 10th grade, and I was scared shitless because middle school sucked. So I didn't know what to expect from high school. High school was like I peaked in high school. I ain't gonna lie, I peaked in high school, y'all. Peaked in high school. So fucking my sister and brother were God knows where, and there was this building that we used to like me and this friend of mine escaped to. My brother fucking spies on us and follows us. And I did have a crush on him a little bit, but I wasn't ready to do anything, and he knew that. And he was like, he never tried to do anything with me, and he was always talking about other girls, you know. And he was more of a best friend than anything, you know. And he was weird, and he got even weirder when I got to high school. I didn't like him very much because I met him at the park. He was different at the park than he was in school, and uh, I think his name was Robert. All I know is that it was like an abandoned building that was I think they were working on it or something, but we were sneaking in it, and I was like balancing on this thing like a balance beam, and we were just eating shit. And of course, my brother's following us, thinking we're gonna have sex or something. And he's a little shit, and it's like, what do you want? Get out of here! And then like, you better not fucking tell mom that I'm hanging out with this guy, you know, so she don't beat me again. Think I'm fucking him. Oh my god! Forbid I lose my virginity. At 13, I almost did just to get rid of it, so she would be psycho. And this woman, this girl that I didn't like very much that worked at the rec, she talked me out of it, and I'm glad she did. But um, so back to the park. This guy named Eric, he was a black guy. He was a football player for Highly High, and I'm kind of glad it didn't work out because I didn't want to do JV. But after learning what it was all about, because you're mostly cheering in the bleachers, that's not no fun. But it was fun when I got benched. I got in trouble. What the fuck did I do wrong that time? I think I missed too many practices or whatever. You know, something not something too severe, or it could have been when I got in trouble and got in detention. All I know is that cheering close to the band in the bleachers was so much more fun than being down in the grass and having to run across and grab the other team and all that crazy shit. and we're cheering, mind you, for a team that never won. Our football team sucked, and um, yeah, it really sucked. And I'm also really shy, and I don't like big crowds, and um, I hated fucking school. I like the people at school. I just wanted to go to college and do what I liked, and I had to go to school. So um, freaking the guy comes up to me and talks to me at the park, and like he was really cute too. Like I might have dated a black guy, who knows? But after what my psycho mother did, and my dad used to say things about the guys he worked with because they were really foul. Like some guy was stealing the guy's lunch, so this guy made a shit sandwich, like an actual shit sandwich. My dad's like, "They're so fucking gross, man. That's the most disgusting thing ever." Like I couldn't imagine that. Like, and I agree, but I think we're picking on him too because he's short and a white guy. So I don't blame him for feeling that way. I feel the same way too. I get bullied all the fucking time by the other race, other races or whatever ethnicities. But I'm not prejudiced or racist. So, point being, my brother tells my mother I got this because I was excited to come home because he told me that I told him I want to be a cheerleader, and we were talking about me going to school, and he was already in Highly High, and he said he would help me get the application for tryouts. And he tells my mother, "Oh, Vanessa got this black guy's number at the park." Oh my fucking god, was that terrible? And I was like, "You asshole, you little fuckhead! Like, why would you do that?" And she went batshit crazy. Where's the number? Where's the fucking number? And made me rip up the number. And his name was Eric, just like my brother. And then she was like really like not wanting to let me try out. And when I did get the paperwork, I'm asking her about to fill it out, and she was probably she's stoned and drunk or didn't give a shit because she wanted to get stoned and drunk or self-centered bitch psycho cunt that she was. I don't know what her problem was. I don't remember. All I know is I was trying to get her to do it, and she was being nasty and mean and bipolar, I guess, or whatever. And I said something smart, and she rips it to shreds. And I don't remember if that was the same moment because I was still upset about it for a while. And my grandma's house wasn't super big, but um, the distance from the rocking chair in front of the TV, from the dining room table, and from the rocking chair in front of the TV to the hallway between the bathroom, my grandparents' room, my sister in my room, and my mom's room was not too far, but not too close. And one of the times that I was discussing this with her, I'm mad at her about it. Like I might have been being sarcastic. She was behind me, and she flew so quick and grabbed me and threw me into the hallway, and got on my back and started wailing on my ass, all because I was upset that I couldn't try out for cheerleading. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not getting bad grades. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm upset because I couldn't try out for cheerleading. And my grandma's hysterical going, Paulina, por favor, Paulina, stop, Parisita, Paulina. And I'm just down crying on the floor getting wailed on. And this was my childhood. This was my teen years. Fuck yeah, when I got my car, I left. And, she did that shit to me all the time. Any little thing whipped my fucking ass. Bad, hardcore. And I never hit her back. And I wanted to. So you're wondering why I'm 19 trying to kill myself? My grandpa was mad because I got into his alcohol. Damn, I wasn't 19 then. How old was I when I got into my grandpa's alcohol? I was probably 15. I just know that nobody ever touched his alcohol, and he didn't even touch it. Then he got rid of it. I think he got rid of it or locked it. And that was a nice cabinet. I wanted that cabinet, like Hutch or whatever, with my grandma's china that she never used. And ooh, it smells like caca. I smoke crack now. God, I'm so sorry, tired of feeling other people's cock, and it's not a fucking baby. But I'm sure mine ain't that bad. They haven't really smelled mine yet. Beware. Beware. Oh my god, it's bad. I can't do it. Where's my incense? I left it with fucking Alex. Can't catch a break. That's pretty bad. And my grandma was my best friend. I think that's the only reason I'm still alive. But when I did the alcohol, I told my mom, I was sick as a dog, bro. I don't even know what I drink. I was so depressed. And I don't know, I don't think I took pills that time. But no, I didn't. I was just drunk. And I was underage. And my grandfather died when I was 15, so it had to be around then, I guess 14. And I told the truth, and she wasn't too bad. Of course not. She's an alcoholic. You drink? Well, that's no big deal. And she fucking walked me around the block and fed me toast. Or like up and down the block or some shit. And I hated it. I hated every second of it. And my grandfather was disappointed in me. And I don't even think I got grounded. Which is crazy, because I would get grounded for looking at her the wrong way. And I love when during Andrew, Hurricane Andrew, when everybody that was out of power forever, that was fucking awesome for me because my grandma took me to this place that it was a Miami-Dade place in close to Miami Lakes. That see, the neighbor worked there, and I had a crush on him, and he was way too old, obviously, and I liked watching when he broke up with his crazy wife. And he had a beautiful son, and I liked seeing all his girlfriends leave. It was funny to me, you know? And he was always nice to me. They were really nice, my neighbors, both of them. And so, yeah, like one time I got in trouble for going to the neighbors and eating a banana, but my mom was starving me because I had to be skinny. I was a baby, I was little. And I forget her name, Dorca, I want to say. She goes, they were Hispanic, Cuban. And the way she cleans houses, she throws everything out and buys it all new. And I'm like, that sounds good. And I started doing shit like that. Like, we don't need this no more. We don't need that. We don't even use this garbage. Nobody else want to help me clean. Fuck it. So they had a nice house. And she was at the fence and we were talking. I was hungry. And she's like, well, I think I asked her for something to eat. I don't know. And I got in trouble for that shit. And she was like, you want a banana? And I was like, fuck yeah, I want a banana. She gave me rings too, these little gold rings. They're really thin. And I don't remember all of them. I remember one. Well, she gave me one and my sister one, and I lost it. And you know where I found it? In my underwear one day. Oops. We were all little hornballs growing up. But, all right, Kurt, I'm going to tell it. She wouldn't stop in high school before she got... I was so happy when she finally got laid. Because she would find... I guess I was finally getting some sleep. I had to wake up my mom. Because we had bunk beds. And I was on the top bunk. And she was on the bottom. And I wake up my mom. God damn it, she won't stop. It's been hours. The fucking bed shaking and shit. And she said she had her earphones on. She couldn't hear or whatever. All I know is that was torture. And... I'll never get over that joke. I used to go to corn nuts. She hates it, and apparently I found out later on why. Like some teacher embarrassed her with that, and I'm trying to think of what I want to talk about because I'm just rambling now, and I'm not as mad, but I'm trying to think of the good times, Andrew. So we'd go there, and I've said this before, man. It had all these books, and I love books. I wanted to be a librarian until I found that you could have a master's. And freaking my grandma would get me as many books as my grandma got me whatever I wanted, pretty much, and they all hated her for it. But I was not bad, and I earned it, And I didn't abuse her kindness either. I didn't make fun of her like my brother and sister did, and I didn't treat her like she wasn't good enough, And so what if sometimes she smelled she was busting her ass cleaning and cooking and chopping gandules? Like, what, you're gonna smell great? And I seen her take showers and I seen her bathe and she was my grandma and she didn't always fucking smell. Like, I hated that shit, you know? And um yeah, so like uh the hardbacks were like 25 cents and soft for 10, some shit like that. So I usually got the softs to not waste money. But I needed some hardbacks because I prefer it and she didn't give a shit. And um they my grandfather told me to use them for weights, you know? I was doing the Cindy Crawford workout video. I laugh because it's so cheesy. But it was good. And everybody loved Cindy Crawford back then, right? They still love her now, don't they? Her daughter is so beautiful. And um I did the share. I love the share one because that was the one from dance class that we were doing dance class. And there was a ballet one that we went to the library that we used to do in dance class too. I didn't like that one. I never liked ballet. That shit sucks. It's not fun. And then like when they teach you like the base, like it's sort of like cheerleading too. Like I didn't like know like the lingo. Like some and a guy is telling me the lingo at tumbling class. You know, like when you put your hands like this instead of like this. I didn't care enough about cheerleading to learn that shit. I was just doing it because it was fun. It got me out of the house and I could tumble. I was interested in the gymnastics and the dance side, but not the like stiff routines of being the perfect fucking cheerleader, you know? And now I think it's so much different and better because I've seen some like cheerleaders that don't like aren't so rigid like we were in our routines and shit. We had shitty captains, bro. They should not, man, our co-captain was bigger than I was. She was actually really fat. I mean, she had a weird body. I used to call her a potato with sticks, or like Mr. Peanut or whatever, because she was like oval or whatever with little stick legs. I don't know how the fuck she made it through tryouts. She couldn't even do a back handspring, you know? And this other girl that was captain couldn't do all her fucking jumps properly either, you know? And they were picking on my friend Christina, and we both tried out together. We were in dance class. We met in dance class in homeroom and shit. And then first period was our dance. And we're telling each other we're not going to not be friends if one of us makes it and the other doesn't. And we both made it. And she was the one I used to hold up in the air and toss in the air and catch. I'd give her massages to fucking bones. Like horrible bones. You know how they talk shit about Ariana Grande and shit? Like, it was bad. And I just would see her deteriorating. Like, see her fucking... You could tell, like, the stress getting to her. Because the hottest guy in school, or supposed hottest guy in school, wanted her and got her, and she got him, and the girls were picking on her, and they had issues with him too because her boyfriend before him was a douche, and I helped her through that, and he didn't treat her right, so she didn't want to have sex, and I was like the therapist to all the cheerleaders, and I loved like the ghetto ones because we had some ghetto ones, like this one girl that she was a Latina, and she had like the hair crazy weird hairstyles, like I don't know, back in the 90s black hairstyles, or I don't know how to explain it, but and the earrings and stuff and her makeup, it all none of it was right, you know, like for cheerleading. And I don't remember if she got it right when we went to practice to I don't even think she lasted that long, or she was JV. All I know is that I did the right thing as a cheerleader and didn't judge it, you know, like you made the squad, okay, great, let's do this, you know? And they were more fun than the fucking prissy bitches, you know? And, uh, Christina, that was the worst, that was such heartbreak because I didn't want my friend suffering like that, you know? And I'm sure she's fine now. She worked at the mall. She was a good girl, you know? She hurt her foot once. We were doing, it was around like one of our assignments for like a test, you know, and dance. And her routine was good. She was very pretty too. And It was a shame, and she had something like it happened to me later on too, like where the bone is like growing, like an overthink of calcium or something, and your bone's like growing like a spur or something, and every time you step down, it hurts. And she still was able to do cheerleading with me holding her and her like with one foot and shit, you know. And I never got to be. I was kind of scared to get thrown in the air, but I wanted to do a basket toss. I always wanted to do that, but I never got thrown in the air because I was the heavier one, and we were all girl squad. And I didn't like the guys that were cheerleaders that used to cheer in our school. And later, like, there was some that like were retired from our school, and then I don't know. They introduced me some cheerleaders from another school. And when I went to one time, we were doing these surveys for earning money for cheerleading. That you had to survey traffic. That sucked. Every time a big truck passed, you got all this sand in your face and shit. It was outside of Westland Mall in Hialeah. And so, but yeah, I could do that, right? I could, but I can't have any fun. And so I snuck as much as I could to do things without getting caught, but I always got caught. And so this day, one of the cheers I didn't like is being nice to me and introducing me to her like fucking 90210 friends. And I didn't like them. And trying to hook me up. They always trying to hook me up with people. Like the fucking nasty quarterback that I didn't like. And then I was, if you think I'm a fucking doormat right now, back then I was even more like naive and stupid. And uh, I was a virgin. No one to stay that way. And like, they even would like bother me at cheerleading camp too. But I had the right roommates. I hung out with the underdogs, you know? And um, they'd pick on me because I didn't hang out with them in school. Like, I hung out with the rockers, the alternative crowd. And, um, and I don't know. It was just craziness, favoritism, stupidity, and wasn't fun being a cheerleader at all. Like, in that sense. It just like ignored them and did what I liked, and that was the fun part, you know? And so like that routine and back this is to be continued. Now I'm back at the spot by my brother when he was when it was Miami Springs against Hialeah basketball. And he was in the stands and we were doing halftime or whatever. So uh I was with Ralph then. That was my only good boyfriend in my whole entire life, other than James, but James screwed that up. And um he he picked me up too. He had long hair and played guitar. A little older than me, but he was kind of a pussy. And just too smothering me, you know, too intense. But we had a decent relationship and for high school. And so we met at ITI telemarketing when we used to sell uh like one of the services or credit card holders we would call them and sell them programs that were like free trials attached to their cards, like a AAA kind of service and stuff. And um, that was one of the jobs I had when I was going to school. I got it with my friend Deborah, who was my best friend at the time, and we've since grown apart like tremendously. I don't even know who she is anymore. So, and she doesn't know me, but that's all good. She probably never did, and because very few people take time out to get to know me, they just assume shit. And uh, she so whatever. I never really like. There was times where I'm like, I don't even remember this fucking cheer, but I'm gonna wing it, you know. And I guess I winged it good enough, but I had been grounded, and we were gonna do we were going to competition, and I was like pissed because I got grounded for something stupid, and I'm like I talked to my mom into talking to my coach. I told my coach and talked to my mom, and my coach was on my side. I would always tell my coach, or she wasn't an actual coach; she was the sponsor, because she didn't know how to do any of that stuff, but she was sweet, and we needed a sponsor. There would be no cheerleaders, and like nobody wanted to do it. And I think she was a teacher too. I don't know what she taught. I don't remember. Pretty sure she was a teacher or a counselor or something. And anyway, I would tell her all the time what a crazy bitch my mother was, you know? And a lot of times I was just always depressed. I was just quiet, you know? Like, I didn't talk to a lot of people. I talked to my people, like my friends. But even then, they talked more than I did, you know? So I told them how I felt, that I felt, and my mom mentioned it, that she stuck up for me a little bit because I was tired of being used because I was one of the only ones who could tumble. And I was also upset at myself because I couldn't do a back tuck or a layout or anything like more intense than a back handspring or a round up back handspring. So, and there was girls in other squads that were like bigger than me and they could do a fucking back tuck, you know? And so I was like, they gave me the star, like I was the star of that one, of that show, of that performance. I was the main focus. And I'll never forget it. And we had like separated each other, like one side to the other. We made it too. We qualified for nationals, and we never went because they were traumatized because they went once and dropped a girl on their head and embarrassed themselves. Shit happens, you know. And you tell me we work all year long to go to these fucking nationals and do fundraising, and then you guys make up your minds that we're not gonna go. Fuck yeah, I quit. You know, but they kicked me. They kicked me out of cheerleading because I was focusing more on dance club. So, um, I was in the middle, and imagine two like groups of cheerleaders separate. And when the music started, it said something like, "We're like." I don't know, it was attitude, you know, and I had to look to the left and I had to look to the right, you know, like trying them both. Like I was a shit. And what's up? Just talking shit on camera as usual. And how you feeling? Good? Cool. So I had to do after I looked at that one and then I looked at the other one, like I was a shit, you know? Sorry, I get emotional. I did a toe touch into a back handspring, you know? And that's not easy. And then that's the beginning. And then I did that I did that on the, I was scared. I used to get spotted like when I would do like tryouts or whatever because one time I slipped in middle school doing, um, yeah, back handspring. And my palms were sweaty and that was terrazzo floor. And my knees bounced off it. And my friend tried to come to me and she was the one that could flip she was great at gymnastics. And she was a grade older than me. And I still made it the 8th grade squad at Miami Springs Middle. And I got up and did a front walk over into a split. So, but before that, I was trembling and my knees were like shaking, you know? And I got to talk shit about that too. She's showing off. And so whatever. I was bulimic in middle school. And a little bit in high school too. I took laxatives and I learned the hard way. I almost didn't make it to the bathroom. Okay, I won't be doing that again. I didn't stop because of nasty taking them from me and yelling at me. But, freaking, I ran to the middle to pick up the signs. And they were like going against each other dancing. And I ran to the middle, picked up the signs to like go big blue, go red, all that shit, you know, cheering, getting the crowd to cheer. And then I put them down and I go back into a formation and then we all come together. And I was always towards the front. I always wanted to be towards the front. I didn't want to be because I wanted to be the best, you know. And so we did our thing. And my thing was dance. The whole reason I got into cheerleading was because of dance and gymnastics, of course, too. But me being chunky and a little lazy, I guess I didn't get as far as I wanted to, and I started late because I wanted to be an Olympic gymnast, but my parents didn't want to put me. My dad probably would have, but my mom didn't want to do it. She's gonna break herself. She's gonna hurt herself. Like I should have started when I was fucking 3 or 5, you know, and I started like I think it was 8. Instead, I did stupid fucking ballet and tap and jazz. And my sister was so cute. When we did little performance, she was shy and she hated that shit, but she still had to do it or whatever. And we were kids, you know. She could make us do shit, but I mean, she doesn't remember any of this shit. Like, sometimes you gotta make kids do what they don't want to do. And she couldn't do a cartwheel. She's doing what she did was so cute, you know? And, because we are at the end of the recital, we had to do cartwheels and like around it. And I was really good at it because just that was my talent, that was my skill. She was good at basketball and all that crap, climbing trees. I was good at girly shit. And um, so we're back to my brother. He's in the stands, and when I'm trying to do that same performance that we did that on stage for assembly, and I kicked down my foot. I found out later on that my foot almost got caught in these ribbons that were down because I was like, how'd it go? It was like everything was great, but you only did knock down the thing. And I was like, well, good thing I didn't get caught in it, you know. And I did it on the wooden floor, scared as shit, and it didn't slip, and we did it, everything was perfect. So, but so this day in the gym, you know, we're doing our performance, you know, and I don't remember doing it backhand. Maybe it was a different one, you know, because I don't remember doing it, the flip that and that one. So I probably didn't. Maybe we did something different. I don't fucking know. All I know is that I'm cheering and I'm holding signs up in the front and running around and doing my routine. We might have cut it short, you know, and my brother is in the stands going, he's running back and forth and I can see him, you know? And I'm trying to focus, you know, focus, Vanessa, focus. Like my grandma would say, give me a shit, give me a shit. What do you doing? A shit, a sheet. She was Puerto Rican. So she never lost her accent sometimes, you know, it's still there. And so um, I'm like thinking in my head, my God, my crazy brother won't stop. I'm trying to cheer here, but it touched me, you know, because he was always like that since little, and like just had to be around me and back and forth. My sister, that's my sister, that's my sister, that's my sister. It's like I think they get it already, but I was like, damn man, I still don't got a date because I tell my brother to hook me up with his friends, but it never worked out. What's up? Reminiscent, I guess. And um, so, but not really. Like, I mean, I never liked any of the people tried to hook me up with anyway. And but that's what I was thinking. I may not have voiced it because I always wrote in my journal. I was a writer, so I write in my journal. Like that was my outlet. And one time my uncle reads it and says, "No wonder you're so fucked up." That hurt. And I didn't let nobody read my journals, you know. And a lot of the poems were about my crazy mother beating me and shit, you know. But just how depressed I was. Instead of it being like, damn, this is a cry for help, you know, it was like, no, you're fucking fucked up in the head. No, I'm sorry. I said something you didn't like. Wrote something you didn't like. But yeah, we had some shenanigans though. I can't remember at the moment. I don't feel like going back that far. But like when I skipped school, got away with it. uh, a few times, but I wasn't with my sister and brother. Who knows? By then they were probably in Miami Springs traders. No, they were Miami Springs material. Trust me, I'm highly immaterial. I'm both, but what difference does that make? It's all fucking pretty fucking stupid. I'm brown soap now, bitches. I think it's hilarious. I grew up in Miami Springs and Hialeah, and I run away to Bronzeville, and I love it so much that I want to live there. Hey, mom, I'm with all the black people. In fact, I'm fucking them too. After all, I gave you a chocolate baby, you cunt. Stupidity. All we ever do, it just if you happen to smoke crack, like that's all you do. You know, like there's no different levels, right? That's all you fucking do when you're cuckoo. Oh, more power to you, Grim. That trailer and that car and all those bills. Your crystal meth habit, etc., etc., etc. Your wonderful boyfriend with 6 children that aren't even all his and 2 baby mamas and, you know, fucking dealing drugs. I don't know. Next thing you know, he'll be a rapper and she'll be in a rap video. I don't care anymore. because she says that she hates money that controls people, right? What are you talking about? You're not making no fucking sense. Because that's all you give a fuck about is money. She was bad to like all her good boyfriends. She's been bad to. Like it takes two people in a relationship. You know, you can't put all the blame on one person. You know, I know where I went wrong in my relationships. I stayed too long, put up with too much shit, got into it too quick. Fucking, I hooked up with. Flacco was a fucking trick. Alex was a trick. Flacco was a trick. Um, Lazaro kind of was a trick. You know, I learned from my mistakes though. I ran away at 17 and a half and became an escort to get away from my crazy mother. And I already like got kicked out. I told the story before about school and everything. I didn't drop out. The principal, um, the black principal, that suspended me for writing undergrad newspaper, blocked me from coming back to Hialeah High. Both of my professors told me, both of my teachers told me, you make up the work you're in. Just make up the work you're missing. Because I transferred to Miami Springs to live with my dad, but I didn't like it. I hated it, and I was like fucking up. So I tried to go back to Hialeah, and I did night school in Hialeah, and then I didn't finish the last. I did one credit when I was pregnant, and I went and got my GED and NC Hopkins because I knew that I had to have my diploma with a baby. You know, just had to. And my brother was surprised at my scores. Oh my god, you almost beat mine. You almost made as much as me. And I'm like, little shit, who fucking schooled your ass, you know? He's such a dork. Not a dork, but, you know, like, he likes studying science and math and all that. Like to the extreme where, like, you go to look at him and check on him when I'm babysitting and he's studying a math book or a science book, you know, instead of, like, he doesn't have to. He did his homework already, you know? That's just how he was. He would know definitions of things and words that people didn't know at a young age. And I don't know. I think he was gifted. But they tried to get me into gifted. I was like, fuck that shit. I don't want to be in that. So they tricked me into academic excellence program in Springview Elementary. But that was fun. We learned stocks and bonds, which was my favorite. And I didn't get in trouble for reading the romance novels to the kids. Instead, she was like, "Do you know what you're reading?" Like, and she would give us we had good storytelling or whatever, and she just made it fun, you know. School, and I do recommend Miami Springs for schooling, but Heidi is not so bad. Heidi is just more, I think, more progressive, like alternative or whatever, like not so rigid, not so strict, not so superficial or whatever. And Miami Springs is just like, and they bust people in there too. Like, it's not just the rich people in Miami Springs going to school. You know, it would be better if it was, I think. But you need to give opportunities to the lower income level as well. And there's more than motherfucking kids in schools that they in not A schools. I don't know if I know that Miami Springs Senior High is a good school. I just don't know at what level it's considered. But I know 7th grade was the worst fucking grade in my life. I worry about the kids when they go to middle school. You know, over there they have intermediate school, which is what Jaden's in. I don't know what grade that starts, because Harold's in 2nd, I believe, and Jaden's in 4th. But it's like in between high school and middle school. I don't know if intermediate is middle. It's not middle. It's like elementary, intermediate, and then comes like middle school and then high school. I think it's like that. I never asked about middle school. I just asked about the high school because She told me the high school is close to their school. That is elementary and intermediate. But, hopefully everything... I know that I can borrow money little by little to pay it, but now I gotta go crunch some numbers and figure shit out because it's gonna put me behind paying my debt and paying my rent next month as well. She told me the debt I still owe $283 after I pay this next month, and I gotta pay that little by little, and then the food stamp situation, and I'm not giving more stamps than I have to because I'm on a diet and I have other people that like I usually when I'm out too, like for myself, it's better than spending money you don't got. And I don't know that I'm gonna go back to work yet because I don't know if I'm ready. I always second guess myself because it's a lot to deal with. Like I can't stand people, so how am I gonna do that again? Like what I used to. And I'm big, so I need to lose weight first. I'm taking a break. After busting my ass with my sister and her kids, I'm taking a break. But the goal this coming year, one of my New Year's resolutions, besides losing 150 pounds, is going back to work or school or both. So I have my priorities in straight, but I have to learn how to like distance myself from people that are toxic and unsupportive. That's how I got in this situation in the first place. So I think it's about time for that cigarette I wanted to smoke. Peace. Oh, I gotta cut those out too. I'm gonna get a vape. That way nobody can ask me for a cigarette. It's cheaper.